Hi YouTube. It's 11:39 p.m. on a Thursday night. So naturally, I've decided it's time to tackle the year-end Billboard Hot 100 of 2013. So the number 10 song is Roar by Katy Perry. Now, I gotta say, I don't like this song and I don't understand why it seems to get a pass. Like, people will hate Fight Song by Rachel Platten and then hear Roar by Katy Perry and be like, there's so much difference. There's so much difference between these two things. No, they're not. They're the same thing. Office meme, same thing. Sure, maybe Roar is like a little bit more excited of a song than Fight Song, but like the vague self, the opposite of self-flagellation. I'm not remembering the what's the word? What's the word for the opposite of self-flagellation? Self-importance? Self-possession? Self-worth. Self-worth. It's the same, like, oh, self-empowerment. That's it. It's the same empty self-empowerment. Just you're gonna hear me roar. You know, I was scared to rock the boat and make a mess. It's like built of cliches and just you have no idea, like, what's Katy Perry talking about? Is it Taylor? Did Taylor spill something on her Valentino bag? That's a reference. Like, what happened? I have no idea. Did she get out of an abusive relationship? Did she catch her boyfriend cheating? Was there something non-man related? Car accident? I don't know. Did you cause a car accident, Katie? Or better yet, did you take a photo of yourself voting for Rick Caruso? Did you do that? Because that's illegal. Did you know that's illegal, Katie? Okay. Sorry. Off topic there. I'm just saying, like, it sounds like it's a bit peppy, but I don't give points for peppiness in this house. That's not something I do. So it's just an empty song. It's an empty song to me, and I cringe. I cringe so hard every time I hear Roar by Katy Perry. It's just got nothing to offer to me. Now number 9, Cruise. Florida Georgia Line featuring Nelly. I used to think that I was like racist against people from the country because I didn't like country music. That's legitimately like what I thought when I was like 9 or something. I remember talking to my mom, or maybe it was my dad, I don't remember, and being like, you know, I really don't like this song Cruise. I hear the guy's voice come on, and it's like, maybe you a song, you make me, you know how it goes. And I don't like the way his voice sounds. It's got this little thing that's fucking wrong with it. And my mom was like, or maybe it was my dad, was like, you know, people deserve to hear songs on the radio that sound with people singing who sound like them. And I was like, damn, I guess I'm a bigot. I'm a 9-year-old bigot who who sucks butt as a person. And that was just something that I coped with for years. And now, at the ripe age of 18, I'm sitting here and I'm like, no, his voice is annoying. He's got an annoying voice. And there are people from the southern rural areas who have a kind of country twang who don't sound like that. In fact, basically all of them. Like, I kind of believe somewhere in the back of my mind that, like, the guys from Florida Georgia Line are singing like that on purpose. Like, that's not their natural voice. They went to a voice coach and were like, make me sound like a rubber band that was left out in the sun for 5 days. Like, make me the twangiest twangerson to ever have twanged. And if you can't do that, then you might as well die. So this is a death threat. Like, they must have done something like that because, you know, I just don't, I can't believe that there are people in rural areas of the South of the United States of America who turned on the radio and were like, damn, finally some representation. Just, yeah, the saturation just really changed on that video. Whatever. Stop doing that. Stop. Okay, so I've only talked about their voices so far. I just don't like their voices. It's 11:39, let me reiterate. Well, now it's actually 11:44, but yeah, I'm a bit tired, so my voice is gonna do things that are weird. But anyway, like their voices are really annoying to me. Quite grating. Nelly, what's he doing here? I mean, I know what he's doing here, but like what is he doing here? And the kind of refrain of like, baby, you a song, you make me want to roll my windows down. It's quite nondescript. Like, what kind of song is she? Is she like a summer car ride song? Because, I mean, that's what's implied, but you don't specify what kind of song. Like, it could be If I Die Young, Bury Me, and sat and lay me down on a bed of roses. And, like, I wouldn't roll down my windows to that, you know? I guess this is becoming a running theme of my criticisms of pop music, is there's not enough detail for me. And when there's not enough detail, it's just like, well, I might as well be listening to air. I might as well be listening to paint dry and grass grow, etc., etc., you know? Now, the next song, number 8, is When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. Now, when I was younger, I heard this song and I was really touched, okay? It really, same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. I was like, my heart, Bruno, so sad. And then, I don't know, I got older and every time I heard it, it sounded more melodramatic and less emotionally important, especially as I kind of learned what adult relationships were like. That people just, like, they date and they break up and that just happens. And it's like, now suddenly the phrase same bed but it feels just a little bit bigger now is like, of course it feels bigger. There's twice as much room. Like, what do you mean? This is not even a metaphor. It's a statement of fact. Yeah, it feels bigger. The bed feels bigger because you're the only one sleeping in it. Why did I need to know that? It just, I guess I was so easily manipulated by piano music and yearning vocal that I just completely, my young brain short-circuited. But you know, now I'm an adult and I can firmly say it comes on, and there's still a little bit of earnesty to it. That's not a word, it's earnestness, but I prefer earnesty because, you know, honesty, honest and earnest, very similar, so it should be earnesty to me. Okay, that's just my opinion. Anyway, there's a bit of genuine emotion, but it's also tied up in melodrama in a way that I just find very strange. Like, it's giving karaoke song, like song that I would ham up for karaoke, except I don't know if it's in my vocal range. So it's basically useless is what I'm saying. Now, the next song is Just Give Me a Reason, Pink, featuring Nate Ruess. I think I've talked about how I don't like Nate Ruess's voice before, I think, but that might have been in the version of the video that I deleted and did not post. But anyway, I don't really like Nate Ruess's voice, and now that I know more about these two musicians' personas, I don't really get how Nate Ruess x Pink was supposed to happen. Like, Pink has cool mom energy, or cool aunt energy, and Nate Ruess has, like, emotionally enlightened frat boy energy. he's in college, but like he's better than those other college boys, and he has been dating the same girl for like 2 years, which is an accomplishment. Like that's the vibe, and there's just something mismatched there. And the song Just Give Me a Reason is all about like two emotionally intelligent people kind of coming together and trying to make things work and failing to, and blah 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 blah. And I just don't buy them. I just don't buy the couple. Like it's not, it's a mismatch to me. And their voices, like there is some chemistry, but they also sound a bit similar to me. Like they sound kind of like, I don't know. Like I don't know, maybe Nate Ruess is like the girl, Pink, the girl? Nate Ruess is the boy, Pink Elephant version something something of Pink. Right. That's weird. That's weird that I would say that. But you're getting what I mean. I think for me, often duets, there needs to be chemistry, but there also needs to be difference between the vocalists. Like they can't sound too similar. And I just think Pink and Nate Ruess sound too similar for that, for me personally. Just saying. Just putting that out there. In case you were thinking of making a duet with someone who sounds similar to you, literally don't. Don't do that. If you want me to like it, which I'm sure you do, don't. Thanks. Mirrors, Justin Timberlake. Did you know that there are two versions of this song? One of them is the radio edit, which is kind of, we'll get to it. And the other one is a bazillion years long. Now, there are multiple, I think there are multiple Justin Timberlake songs that just, they have 3 minutes, which is a normal song, and then they have some weird shit that just kind of stems out like fractals of song from that original song. And it's like, dude, you are not this type of musician. Like, you're a radio artist, you're a pop guy, and you know it. What, you literally obviously made these songs with a 3-minute song in mind, knowing that the version of the song that you were going to release to the public as a single would be this 3-minute version, and so it needed to be coherent in 3 minutes. And then you were just like, you know what, I'm an artist, and you stretched it out more. That's like the opposite of what you're supposed to do, okay? As an artist, I wouldn't, actually no, not from a painter's perspective, from like a writer's perspective, which I do. I'm writing things as we speak. Not technically as we, actually, this is writing, I'm just saying it out loud. I'm writing as I go. That's writing in my voice. That's my words, right? Right? But, my general advice, and the advice of many other writers, is you should write all that you can write for something, or all that it is expedient to write, or as far as you can explore the topic you're writing about, and then you should cut it down. Instead of, like, when I know that my essay is going to be bad, how I know my essay is going to be bad is if I've written like 3/4 of the word limit, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to come up with another 200-300 words of things to say or something. Like, you never want to be stretching your ideas. You always want to be cutting things. There's like this adage, this idea that if you tell a filmmaker to cut 30% of his film, no matter what film it is, it'll be better in the end. I don't remember where that's from, but I know I've heard it. And I think Justin Timberlake has not heard that and desperately needs to, because it's very obvious that he starts He's like, right, I've got these 3 minutes. Now let me completely fuck myself in the ass for another 6. And that's what Mirrors really is, because the radio edit is a bit odd, because the whole thing is he loves his partner because she's like him. It's like, isn't that a bit self-absorbed? Isn't that a bit narcissistic? I don't mean that in the medical way. I mean it in the flower, the myth with Echo and Narcissus. Okay? Like, it's a weird thing to be saying. I remember hearing this song when I was a child and being like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you love someone because they're just like you? And how does that help you change? If someone's just like you, how does that help you change? Aren't they the same? Wouldn't that hinder your changing? Like, I didn't get it. And you know what? I kind of still don't. So this whole series is about, like, the vindication of my childhood self. And we're really continuing that with Mirrors. But in all honesty, the song sounds fine. It sounds good, actually. It's pretty catchy. Sounds nice. Justin Timberlake sounds like he means what he's saying, even if it's a bit weird. So that's really appreciated, because a lot of the time he does not. So, all in all, pretty decent, but don't listen to the longer version. It's whack as fuck. Okay, Can't Hold Us, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis featuring Ray Dalton. Okay. This one, I think it was on my running playlist at some point. It's just a song. It's just a song from 2013 that exists. It has some energy. It has an idea. It has a white man rapping on it. So that's really something. Anyway, Harlem Shake by Bauer. I don't really remember this one as much because it was not a radio hit. It was a YouTube hit, because it was a meme, like one of the first music memes of the internet. And it when it reached my ears, I didn't have that nostalgia necessarily, and so I was like hearing it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Why am I being tortured via my ears? Like, why is that happening? Because it really does sound like somebody came up with, like, an exact synthetic honking noise that was made to, like, fuck you up. And then they just played it in slightly different pitches over and over again. Like, it says, don't even get me started. I don't even think I could recite the tune of that song, though I can hear it in my head playing right now, because it's so weirdly warped. Oh, sorry. That's my mom. She's going to the bathroom, I think. I'm not trying to wake her up. Sorry, Mommy. If you see this, I love you so much. You're like my favorite person in the world. Okay. I'm gonna move around so that I'm quieter, so that she doesn't get woken up by me talking. Okay. Maybe this will be better. Ow. There's a corner there. Okay. This is why you watch this YouTube channel. You watch it so that you can listen to me bump into walls. Okay. We were talking about the Harlem Shake. I was just saying it's really fucking annoying, and it's really repetitive, and I don't understand why Anthony Fantano would give it a pass. He's like, oh, it's a bop, it's a fun song. Would a bop make my ears bleed? No. So it's not. It's categorically not. It is anti-bop. Okay, it is against the definition of a bop to make my personal ears bleed. This light is weird. Oh, Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. I think this was one of the first music videos that I like watched, and oh boy, it disturbed the fuck out of me. Like those stuffed animals and shit fighting. Pretty bad, but not as bad as the Pompeii one. I was so upset by the Pompeii one, and I was convinced it was homophobic for years. I don't even know what that was about. I just thought the Pompeii music video was homophobic. What can I say? But anyway, sorry. Back to Radioactive. Now, this song, it's got a vibe. It's got a good vibe. Kind of overplayed. Also, it really does give like science fiction blockbuster adapted from a novel that a college student wrote in 3 weeks over winter break in her dorm room. Like that kind of, the YA dystopia boom of the 2010s. Well, I feel like Radioactive was made to be like a soundtrack song for the films that would be adapted from those books and then completely like discarded before they had finished adapting, right? So that's just that's kind of bad. That kind of downgrades the value of the song. So even though it sounds okay, it's just got these YA dystopia vibes that to be honest do not float my boat. Okay, they don't float my boat in the troubled water that is the year 2023. Oh. Okay, the next song is Blurred Lines. Too much ink and blood and vagina juice and also probably dick cheek. No, I'm not gonna say that. I can't say the words. Too much has been spilled over blurred lines. Okay, just too much. And I don't need to spill anything else. So instead of actually talking about the song, I'm going to talk about how when it was really popular, I didn't hear it because my parents are good people, and whenever it would come on the radio, they would like quickly switch the song, and I hadn't, or the station, you know what I mean, and I didn't have like a iPod or anything back in the day. So like if my parents didn't want me to hear a song, I didn't hear it, because it's not like they were going to play that at my school. It's not like that was getting put on during gym class. So because it wasn't appropriate for kids and my parents didn't want me to hear it, and I heard plenty of music that whatever technically wasn't appropriate for kids, but yeah, my parents would not let me hear that song. So I remember I went over to one of my friends' houses for like some kind of party, and all the kids were like gathered around her fucking iPad or something, and she was showing us like random videos that she liked on YouTube, and one of them was the Weird Al Yankovic parody of Blurred Lines called Word Crimes. You're never gonna guess where this is going. And me and my brother were there, and we heard it, and obviously like Blurred Lines has a really catchy melody, right? It's a really fucking catchy song. And so we heard the Word Crimes, which obviously has the same melody, and it was stuck in our head. Like we went down to our computer, our desktop computer in the basement that we were only allowed to play on for 30 minutes at a time, and we went on YouTube and we were like watch the lyric video for the Word Crimes parody the Weird Al Yankovic parody of Blurred Lines over and over again. And then I remember one day we went up to the kitchen and we were like making lunch or something, and my dad was in there, and we were singing the Word Crimes one, and my dad just heard the melody and was like, "Stop, that's not appropriate, you can't sing that, stop." And we tried to explain that it was the Weird Al Yankovic parody. Well, we didn't even really know. I guess at that point I had kind of known that there was a song, Blurred Lines, that it was a parody. It just had the vibes of a parody, but like I didn't know the original song. I think maybe I had heard something about it being like contentious, but I was like, "No, Dad, please don't be angry. It's a parody." And I was trying to explain, but he was like not listening to me at all. So that was just like one of those memories I had from childhood of someone misunderstanding something that I was doing and me getting like kind of in trouble or told off, which has resulted in a lifelong issue with consuming media wherein that happens. I remember I used to run behind the couch while during the parts of the Harry Potter movies where they would get in trouble for stuff. And that's all thanks to you, Dad. Your fault. Anyway, let's talk about Thrift Shop by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis featuring Wans. I've heard people say, well, I've heard Anthony Fantano and many others kind of go back on their words about the song, where when it came out, they were like, "Oh, this is fun, this is cool." And then now that Macklemore really fell off super fucking hard, they've been like, "Oh, it's always sucked, it was always cheap." Now I've come around and I've the Macklemore sunburst has faded from my eyes, and I no longer like it. And for me, I don't really feel that way. Like, what's actually changed? Like, what has actually changed? Like, sure, Macklemore did wear an anti-Semitic caricature onto stage at one of his shows, but that doesn't actually affect the quality of the song. Like, come on, he's a white rapper. What did you expect was gonna happen? Sorry. It's RIP to all of the white rappers who were just killed by me saying that. But yeah, it's not aged anything. It's fine. It was a novelty hit in 2013, and today it still was a novelty hit in 2013. That's exactly what it sounds like to me. It's the kind of, oh, we're gonna pick a weird topic and write a rap song about it and have like a bunch of, the entire point is that it's hilarious or supposed to be hilarious. I wish there were more songs like that. My computer just turned back on, so that's why my face now looks weird again. But like, I wish there were more novelty rap songs instead of the same topics over and over again. And I really don't, I'm not singling out rap on the same topic over and over again, because non-rap pop music does that as well, obviously. There are so many, I was literally talking about it earlier with like the Roar shit. There are just, yeah. There's like, the breakup was my fault, the breakup was your fault, and we haven't broken up yet, and it's great so far. Those are like, that's so much pop music. But anyway, no, with rap, it's definitely, there's a lot of just flexing material, like talking about how I have so much money, I have all this cool stuff, my house is so cool, my side chick is hotter than your wife, is hotter than your daughter, is hotter than your cousin. Like, and I think Thrift Shop is one of the only hit songs to have parodied that. And sure, maybe they did it in a cringe way, but like they had an idea that was interesting and different. And I can't look at that and say, oh, boo, boo, it's cringe, it's cringe. Like, okay, maybe it is a little bit cringe, but I think that being a little bit cringe while being original is better to me than being unoriginal and not being cringe. Maybe that's an autism pilled take, but I am autism pilled, okay? You guys know that. These are my autism pills. Nom nom nom. So anyway, that was the Billboard year end of 2013 Hot 100 songs. I'm just reading from the URL of the website I was looking at. But anyway, I'm really sorry to my mom again if I woke her up. I think she was just going to the bathroom, but in the case that I did wake her up, sorry, Mom. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Mom, not the rest of you. And Amelia. Mom and Amelia. Bye, guys.